Hello, everybody. My name is Michelle. Welcome back to the Everything in Between podcast. It's been a while since I said that, but I can explain for our listeners. We had season 1, which was entirely audio, and the last time an episode dropped on season 1 was November, and we unofficially ended the podcast basically on Instagram. So if you didn't know, season 1 is over and this is now season 2. So welcome to the season 2, and also we have visual. Thank God for his provision. We're finally visual. It's been a long, long time coming. I remember starting the podcast, and I didn't want it to be visual initially because I wasn't sure if I wanted it, and I wasn't sure how the terrain was going to be like. But thankfully for the support and feedback from our listeners, we are now visual, and we hope to be better this season. For those who are just finding me for the first time on YouTube, because we're not on YouTube, so subscribe, hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment, do all those good stuff. Tell us welcome back. Also, Happy New Year. This is March, by the way, but Happy New Year to all our listeners, all our new listeners, old listeners, to everybody who's finding us. Happy New Year to you. Um, Let me do a proper introduction of myself for our new listeners. My name is Michelle Esosa. I'm a student. I'm in uni. I always wanted to have a podcast. I started the first idea for a podcast came when I was 16, fresh out of secondary school. Um, 3 years later, or last year, basically, I started it finally. I started the first episode launched on my birthday, May 12th, 2024. Grateful for the support so far. Would I say I was scared to start? Yes, I was really scared to start. That's also part of the reason why we started and we were visual. I started it because I felt like there was a gap with conversations that needed to be had for young people. So, most people that have these conversations are like adults, millennials, people who are grown. You never really see young people having conversations about navigating life, about dealing with friendships, because secondary school really teaches you a lot, and you need to be able to navigate through that. Friendships from secondary school, after secondary school, entering uni. How do you find new friends? How do you deal with friendship breakups? How do you also find love as a young person? Because young people are not shy of love, but they don't exactly know how to navigate it. Like, it's always expected that, oh, you find love when you're much older, but some people find love when they're young. Some people find love and marry when they're 21, 20, 19. It may not always be the norm, but it happens, and for some people they need guidance navigating that. We also talk about journeying with God. I think my favorite episode from last season was the one about God is our friend too. I think I really went deep in that episode where it's like God is somebody that you can trust. God is someone that you can lean on. He's not only the person that answers your prayers. You get, like, you don't always only have to run to him when you need something from him. You can always talk to him on a daily basis. Tell him how your day went. Um, and I think we're going to be doing a lot more of like having conversations regarding journeying with God, finding God, living life as a young Christian, also having conversations about life as it comes. So basically, we are growing, we're learning new things, we are finding our career paths. How do you navigate your life? Then you need some form of guidance. You need to like have conversations with people either older or much younger, and we hope to have like a lot more guests this season. We had just 2 guests in episode, no, in season 1 rather. Grateful to both of them for being my guest or honoring my invitation. And yeah, season 2 hopes to be better. We are now visual. Please subscribe. Subscribe. Please subscribe. It's so hard to grow on YouTube. I think that was one thing I was really scared of. But by the grace of God and your subscription, we're gonna grow on YouTube. So please subscribe. Subscribe. So this season we're going to be dropping episodes every other week. Season one was more like every week, but for consistency and to be held accountable, we are going to be dropping episodes every other week. We hope to build a community of people that want to grow together, want to become better people, people who love God, people who are finding their way in life. Yeah, you could also follow us on Instagram at everything in the between pod. We are also on TikTok at everything in the between pod as well. So follow us there. We're going to be having questionnaires there for our listeners. It helps us to be able to interact with you, know what you want for the podcast, better things about the podcast as well. So please make sure to follow us on those platforms. Um, like I said before, to our old listeners, thank you so much for your support from season one. I'm so grateful. Thank you. I think season one taught me that you have to be consistent to see your community grow, to see the numbers grow as well. Because it was audio, right? And it was just audio, so I wasn't really seeing in the interactions until Spotify now started like having comments. You could leave comments on episodes. That's also another thing you could do. So when you go back to listen to season one, which has 15 episodes by the way, make sure to leave a comment and I'll reply to all your comments. Um, so yeah, it taught me to be consistent and to be able to like interact with people who listen to you because it means a lot to me. And also you may have touched someone's life out there with your words, and we hope to do more of that in season two. Thankfully we are now visual. um it wasn't easy becoming visual actually because um our new cover for this season, season two, I did the photo shoot in December and it's March. I haven't posted those pictures. But I mean by the time this episode is coming out, the pictures will have gone out. But I was scared. Eh? I was scared. I was so scared that I was like finally attaching my face to the podcast because season one, the entire season one, it was just like a design that was there and you could barely see my name, you just see everything in between. So it's basically if you knew me personally, you'd know that this was my podcast, right? And attaching my face now is like it comes with expectations and it's like, oh, we see you and it's like, are you doing the right thing? Are you doing something that you're proud of? But it comes with a lot of expectations and I think I was really scared of that. So I delayed and delayed and delayed. Season two was meant to start in January and we're in March. By the way, Happy New Year to our listeners, old and new. But yeah, so by the time you're seeing this episode, our new cover is out. You've seen the pictures, and I hope you like them. If you haven't liked them, go back and like it. But yeah, we are grateful that season two is here, and I look forward to wonderful episodes, more guests, more interactions, building a community that I am proud of, that you are proud of, that would help each other navigate through life. But until next time, I remain your host, Michelle. Bye bye. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, do all those good things that you guys do on YouTube. Help us to grow. Ejo, Mabi. Bye bye. Cut.